This is 5 Minutes with Mike, our news, our voice, and our opinion. With your host, Michael Beckford. Now stop, listen, and pay attention for 5 Minutes with Mike.
Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. I am your host, Mr. Michael Beckford, and welcome to another show, guys. I'm so excited to be here today to bring you another exciting show for the culture. Yeah, for the culture. And this episode is actually dealing with the culture of Karenism. This episode of 5 Minutes Mike is sponsored by Let's Get Published. Over 80% of the people of the world believe that they have a book to write, but only a few people actually get a chance to publish their book. Without Let's Get Published course, it takes away the guessing game to become a published author in the book publishing industry. So stop procrastinating about writing a book and let's get published. The link is in the description below. Whew, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Mike. I appreciate you listening on the podcast. I thank you for watching on YouTube. And let's get right into it. The culture of Karenism, it's really a big deal. And I believe that Karens are dangerous. Karens and Beckys are nothing new to American culture. Black people in America have always had to contest with the crying white woman syndrome. Countless innocent black men have died from false accusations by Karens. Just ask Emmett Till. Of course, he's dead. And he was only a little boy when he was brutally murdered by a mob of bloodthirsty racists. Karens are dangerous because they present as usually someone under duress from another party that they claim is offending them and or in the process of hurting them or about to hurt them. Basically the I fear for my life syndrome. And because of America's racist founding and the slave patrols, aka police officers in America, are generally taught that white women, good. Big black man, bad. The truly innocent party, aka black or brown person, has to explain their innocence while the Karen sits on the side with their fake tears, knowing that the law is automatically on their side. Now, I also believe that Karens have gone wild on social media. Yes, they have. Anybody that's been watching YouTube, TikTok, whatever your platform you own, you know this is the case to be true. And it is clear now that with the advent of the camera phone and everybody recording everybody for whatever, that Karens have gone wild on social media. I myself have watched tons of videos on Karens. The shows like this Been Disputed with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. I perused them on YouTube Shorts. I've seen them on Roland Martin's Unfiltered show. As a matter of fact, I don't know a day that goes by without a Karen video being uploaded to YouTube. And I also must admit, I do watch them mostly for the great humor and the ideology that a human being could be such a despicable person. And their usual useless rage against another party is tendered with a tone of racism in most cases. Some have declared for their opposing party to go back to Africa. Some have said to go back to Mexico. The general premise behind the Karen and their culture and of Karens, aka Karenism, the culture of Karenism, is a belief system that only they belong here, and everyone else is a spectator in their world. And for the majority of Karens, their ideology is rooted. It's rooted in white supremacy. And my last belief system is this. There needs to be tougher penalties for filing false 911 calls. Has to be. Has to be. Karens over the past 2 years have made headline news a number of times. I mean, on all the major broadcast networks. From the situation with Miss Cooper that was walking her dog in a park in New York while the black bird watcher was asking her to properly leash her dog, which was a part of the park rules. She didn't want to because she felt that her white privilege outweighed his black presence. So she called the cops and made a terribly false report on him, which is all, of course, caught on camera, while nearly strangling her own dog. And then we have the barbecue Karens, the stuck in the elevator Karens, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's funny, as I might have found, that many of these Karen videos to be, it's not funny when you are that black man or woman that gets pulled up on by a cop wielding gun, automatically biased and choosing a side. And let me guess, if you're black, that side ain't yours. So now you have a needless confrontation based upon the individual's false police reporting narrative that can dangerously end up in another black man or woman's life being taken, all because of Karen didn't get his or her way. Yes, there are male Karens. And there absolutely needs to be tougher penalties regarding the filing a false 911 call, and also for the laws that are already in place to actually be enforced. Most times, as you all see in these videos, most time this happens. Cop shows up when they finally de-escalate the situation, realize that Karen was lying after the real victim has to now show them proof, show them film of the incident that happened, but then the Karen gets a slap on the wrist. I mean, not even that. The Karen just, walks away slowly, dry tears and all now, and life moves on. While this individual, this black or brown person, has now gotten a situation where there's PTSD because a cop is rolling up on them in a hostile situation. Now let's get to black facts. Did you know that Emmett Lewis Till was a 14-year-old African-American boy who was abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 after being accused of offending a white woman, Carolyn Bryant, in her family's grocery store. This was a moment of black facts. Now let's take them to church. Hallelujah. The culture of Karenism is a mean, nasty culture rooted deeply in white supremacy and white exceptionalism. Black people and people of all races and creeds just want to live their lives. Not be falsely accused of a crime they didn't commit. Not to be stalked by Karens in a grocery store. Not to be asked for their ID by a random Karen, or if they live in a certain neighborhood that the Karen don't feel that they belong in. If you are a Karen, or you know someone that is a Karen, please stop the culture of Karenism. And if you are someone that's been on the fence when it comes down to writing a book, take our Let's Get Published course with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Your book can be the next book that moves the masses in our communities. Stop procrastinating and let's get published today. Link in the description below. And if you like this show, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so we can have more people to subscribe to this particular channel. And 5 Minutes with Mike is written, produced, and directed by Michael D. Beckford. All rights reserved. Copyright 2018-2022 by Speak Publish International and Michael Beckford Media Group LLC production. Thank you for listening and watching.